Welcome, you guys. As we are starting off this new year, I wanted to share two things that really supported me in becoming less impulsive with food, stopping when I'm full, and being able to conquer binge eating. Now, obviously, there were so many things that I did on my journey personally that allowed me to get to this place where, I have an easy, effortless relationship with food. I can stop eating when I'm full, and I can enjoy a few, treats here and there without spiraling out of control. But there's two key things that I really want to stress for you and share with you, because if you do these two things, you are going to be that. Hey, Sammy, you're always on the lives. I love it. If you do these two things, you're going to be that much closer to conquering binge eating. So, the first one is I stopped listening to my binge brain. I stopped listening to my binge brain. Now, your binge brain is going to convince you to give in one last time. How many of you have experienced this? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, yes, my binge brain has told me this will be the last time. Just one final binge. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise this is going to be the very last time that I'm going to binge. Sammy's like, yes, a million times. Yes. And it's so easy to believe that this is your true brain, right? It feels like it's actually you. It feels like it's actually you. It feels like it's your voice. It feels like, that urge, right? That pull. It's like, this is me. Like, I actually do want to give in. But I'm here to tell you that your binge brain is not who you are. Your true self does not want to be binging anymore. Your true self wants to wake up feeling calm and feeling relaxed. Your true self wants to be present with your family. Your true self wants to literally feel incredible in your own skin, have the most badass workouts where you feel strong, where you're moving your body from a place of self-love. Your true self does not want to eat. Your true self does not want to eat until you're so physically sick. Your true self doesn't want to be thinking about food all day long. Your true self doesn't want to feel bloated every single day. So when the binge brain comes on and the binge brain is like, just one last time, you just have just a few cookies left, just finish it and then tomorrow I'll do better. I promise it's going to be the last binge. Like, I promise after this one, I'm never binging again. How many of you have told yourself, after this binge, I'm never going to binge again? This was my life for so long. I would have, quote unquote, one final binge, and I'm like, this is going to be the very last one. Promise, 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 promise. I'm never going to binge again after this. I promise. And then I would go and I would binge. And then literally, it's like, sure, you feels good for the moment. And then you're like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Regret, shame. I did it again. Why did I do that? I know that I always feel like crap. Why did I do this again? And then you promise yourself again, that's never going to happen again. Nope, I'm never going to do that again. I remember looking at myself in the mirror and telling myself, I'm never going to do that again. I am never doing that again. And then the next day goes by, and sometimes I would have an urge literally the next day. Sometimes it wouldn't be that quick. Sometimes it would be maybe the next day or a few days later, boom, another urge pops up, or I'm home alone. Or it's like, I've deprived myself to try to do good. Come on, we're not going to binge again. And the next thing you know, this strong urge pops up. And again, the binge brain is like, okay, no, but actually, this will be the last time. Or the binge brain is like, well, you already binge on all the chocolate yesterday and you're already bloated. So might as well be more bloated today. And then next week, we'll restart. Have you experienced this? I binged yesterday and I woke up and I'm still full and I'm still bloated and whatever. I know I'm going to be bloated when I binge, so I might as well just binge again. I might as well just binge again because I binged yesterday. But it's never one last binge. So when the binge urge comes on, you need to remind yourself, this is not who I am. So somebody said here, how do you stop and keep the consistency? How to find the balance with discipline? Well, conquering binge eating is not about more motivation or more discipline, because you are motivated, but there's this urge that is like fighting against you. You're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And then there's kind of a part of you that's like, I kind of like it. And the urge is like, come on, you want to give in. It's like tapping you on the shoulder, like, come on, you know, it's going to give you relief. You know, it's going to give you comfort. You know, it's going to give you pleasure. And a part of you is like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then the other part of you is like, but I actually really do. And so it's not about trying harder, but you have to get real with yourself and say, this is my binge brain speaking. I've created a habit in my brain through repetition, through continuously feeling this urge to binge and giving in. I've wired this habit in my brain. This is not my true self. This is not my true self. I am feeling this pull in my body. I'm feeling this strong urge to give in, but it's not my true self. It's only feeling strong. It's only feeling demanding and convincing me one last time, because every single time that you give into your urge becomes more intense. Your urge becomes more intense. And this is where you got to say, listen, if I truly want to break free out of binge eating, I need to remind myself that binge brain is not me. My true self does not want to give in. The binge brain is going to convince me I do want to give in. And my true self is going to say, I've got better dreams. I got a better life for me waiting. I want to be present with my family. I want to feel incredible in my own skin. So I'm going to choose to listen to my true brain, not this binge brain that's actually not me. This actually helps so much. Of course, you're so welcome. And somebody asked about the all or nothing mentality. So I actually have an entire training inside of my Root and Rewire membership. If you guys have not yet joined that, click the link in my bio, join our badass community. Like, there's trainings on how to stop secret eating, how to quiet the food noise, how to get out of the all or nothing mentality, how to rewire your brain out of binge eating, how to stop emotional eating. So come join us in the badass community. We have the best time. And of course, I coach you through conquering binge eating. But the all or nothing mentality, how to get out of the all or nothing mentality, is reminding yourself, I am not doing anything wrong. I am not doing anything wrong. So the reason why you have the all or nothing mentality is because you feel like I did something bad. I ate chocolate in the middle of the day and I probably shouldn't have done that. So since I already failed, I'm not going to just have a few pieces of chocolate. I might as well go binge since I already messed up. And so the mindset, the reframe, is telling yourself, I did not mess up. It feels like I messed up because for so many years, diet culture told me, you know, don't have chocolate in the middle of the day. You're bad for eating chocolate, or you shouldn't go out for lunch. You shouldn't go out for dinner. And so when you feel like you're doing something wrong, you're like, I messed up. I might as well keep going for the rest of the day. And that's where you need to say, no, I didn't mess up. No, I didn't do anything wrong. It feels like I'm doing something wrong, but I am safe to enjoy the chocolate with my meal. I am safe to go out for dinner. I am safe to have some ice cream if I want it. I am safe. And when you realize that, you don't feel the need to quote unquote continue, binging for the rest of the day because you're like, I didn't do anything bad. You can have two people, right? One person has their lunch and they're like, I'm craving some chocolate. So then they have some chocolate in the middle of the day and they don't feel like they did anything wrong. So then they go about their day, they go about their work day, they go home, they make themselves a nourishing meal, and they might go to yoga class, and then they relax for the evening. They might take a nice hot shower, make a nice hot cup of tea, and go to bed. And then somebody else is like, oh my gosh, I had chocolate after my lunch and I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God, I'm such a failure. Okay, well, I was planning on going to yoga tonight. I'm not even going to bother going to yoga. I'm just going to go home and I'm going to binge because I said I was going to try to be perfect and I'm not perfect. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Katie. And I messed up. I shouldn't have had the chocolate today. So now that person actually sabotages and they consume way more calories than the other person that said it's okay that I had some chocolate in the middle of the day. Well, so here's the thing. Somebody said chocolate is actually bad. How can I convince myself that it's okay? Well, here's the thing. There are foods that have more nutrients in it compared to other foods. Of course, right? Like, let's say an apple. An apple has more nutrients in it than, let's say, chocolate. But it's not that you can't have the chocolate. And what's actually more unhealthy than eating the chocolate is stressing about the chocolate, fearing the chocolate, and binging on the chocolate, right? There's nothing actually more unhealthy than guilt, shame, judgment, binging on the chocolate. So for me personally, what I like is I like dark chocolate because number one, I actually enjoy it. But number two, I actually don't feel like heavily bloated after eating it. I don't feel like crap after eating it. And I enjoy it. So that's kind of my take on it. But even if you do have whatever chocolate it is that you desire, I would rather you have some chocolate and move on with your day versus I shouldn't have it. Oh my God, I'm such a failure. And then binging on it later on, that's actually way more unhealthy. Exactly. If I eat chocolate, I get upset and go all in and try to start the next day. Well, then that's what this is the diet binge cycle, right? It's like if I eat chocolate, I get upset, I feel like I failed. So then I binge on it and then I try the next day not to have chocolate. Well, trying to resist you having chocolate is the reason why you're having strong urges to binge on it. So when you actually just say, listen, if I want a piece of chocolate, I can have a piece of chocolate. I don't have to beat myself up. That's when you're going to start to neutralize that food, take it off the pedestal and not see it as like this bad thing. And that's how eventually you'll be able to have a piece of chocolate and move on. Okay, back to what I was saying, you guys, about the two things that really helped me stop binge eating. The first one was I needed to stop listening to my binge brain. Okay. Because again, your binge brain is going to convince you one last time, but that's not actually who you are. Your true brain, your true self knows you want to live a life where you feel amazing in your own skin, you're present with your family, and you don't think about food all day long. Okay. Now, the second thing that I did that really supported me, that you can start implementing it, is I stopped giving into my binge urges. If you want to stop binge eating, you need to stop giving into your urges. Now, there's going to be a part of you that says, I need to give in. Like, I just feel like I don't have a choice. This urge is so demanding and it's so persistent and it's so loud and I'm so uncomfortable. I have to give in. Hi, Joanna. Have you experienced this before where it feels like I don't have a choice? I have to give in. I'm so uncomfortable right now. Well, I want you to know that you can handle discomfort. You can handle discomfort. You have experienced discomfort in so many areas of your life. How many of you work out? Drop a yes in the chat if you've ever worked out in your life before. You've probably worked out before and you were in discomfort. I know the other day I was doing a hot yoga class and it was a yin yang. And so the first part of the class, it's like you're working hard. And then the second part, you hold poses, which is actually harder than the first part where you're moving crazily. And so we were in this child's pose and my hips are like really tight and everything in me wanted to come out of the pose. And I'm like, welcome to discomfort. Breathe. You're safe to experience discomfort. You're not in pain. You're experiencing discomfort and there's a difference. And so you have to remind yourself that you've experienced discomfort in your life before, whether it's at a yoga class, whether it's at a workout, and you're literally in a squat and your legs are shaking and you're like, I can do this. Maybe you've, been through some hard things in your life. You've experienced discomfort before. And so you're safe to experience and sit in the discomfort. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You are going to experience discomfort either way. Whether you feel this strong urge and that's very uncomfortable and you don't give in, you're going to experience discomfort because it's like, I need to give in, I need to give in, I need to give in. Or you're going to experience discomfort if you give in because now, sure, you felt comfort for a few minutes, but now you're experiencing shame, guilt, judgment, feeling like a failure, feeling bloated, feeling inflamed, feeling so full like you're going to burst. So you're going to experience discomfort either way. However, one leads to comfort and the other one leads to continued discomfort. So when you experience discomfort and you give in, you experience more discomfort. The next day you wake up, you're tired, you didn't get a good night's sleep. I remember I used to like sweat in my sleep because of how much I ate before bed. It was like tossing and turning. Maybe you don't get your workout in. You're like moody with your loved ones. Maybe you're snappy. You're like going to work and you're putting on a smile on your face and you're like, no, I just ate so much yesterday. Right? And so it's going to lead to continued discomfort versus you feel a short burst of discomfort when you feel the urge to binge, but you don't give in. You're going to eventually experience comfort. The urge doesn't last forever. The urge will do its thing and you're going to feel uncomfortable. But if you don't give in, you will experience comfort. And guess what? You will get to experience comfort for the rest of your life if you stop giving into your urges because binging is a habit. So you give into your strong, demanding urges and it's comforting for a few moments, but then it's always like one last time. It's always the guilt and the shame versus I need to be with the discomfort. I'm safe to be with the discomfort. And if I don't give in, I'm effectively rewiring my brain. If I don't give in, I will feel better tomorrow. I will have more energy. I'm going to feel amazing in my own skin. I'm going to be rewiring my brain out of binge eating. So if you want to become less impulsive with food, if you want to be able to stop eating when you're full, if you want to be able to get out of that all or nothing mentality, it really starts with those two things. You need to stop listening to your binge brain and you got to stop giving into your urges. And guess what? They go together. When you stop listening to your binge brain, you listen to your true self says, I don't want to be binging anymore. And so you practice sitting in the discomfort and not giving into your urges. And again, this is how you reprogram your brain. So, hello, Salora. Okay. So, those are really two things that really supported me in breaking free from binge eating. The best part about conquering binge eating is you get your life back. You get your life back. Yesterday, my husband and I, for New Year's Eve, we went out for dinner and we went to this like beautiful place and there was no stress. It was like a set menu. It was like, I don't even care what we eat. It's like, I just want to spend quality time. I want to be in bed by like 10 o'clock. We literally got home. We went to bed at 10 o'clock and I'm like, yeah, because I value quality time. I want to be present. It's like, I don't even care about what we're eating at this restaurant. I just want to spend quality time with you. Like I was just so excited to spend quality time and come home and get my sleep and then wake up the next morning and get good quality sleep and go for my, do my workout in the morning, go for my morning walk, spend good, like fill up my own cup. And when you stop binge eating, you get to spend quality time with your loved ones. You don't think about food. You go out to the restaurant and you're more excited about laughing and making memories versus what am I going to eat tonight? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, of course, I want to enjoy good food, but at the same time, like, it's not this big deal. It's not like, oh my gosh, I better not, I have to like change my food up all week. It's like, no, I'm still going to wake up in the morning and I still had my pancakes for breakfast. And then it's like, you just go about your day, normally, and then you just go for dinner. It's not like you need to change anything crazy. Question here, do you recommend anything to distract yourself during those moments of wanting to binge? Distraction does not work. Distraction doesn't change your brain. Distraction doesn't help you become less impulsive with food. So instead of, because distraction is like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Right? And when you're distracting yourself, actually, the whole time you're thinking about food. The whole time you're thinking about, I'm gonna binge. I want to binge. And then 99.9% of the time you end up binging anyways. Right? It's like, I'm just going to distract myself. I'll call a friend. I'll go for a walk. And the whole time you're not even paying attention. You're like, yeah. And you're like, I just cannot wait to get off the phone and binge. So distraction does not work. You need to get rid of your urges. And again, one way, instead of distracting yourself, can you create a state change? If you're on live, drop state change in the chat box. State change. We got Sue here, Doris, Salora. Drop state change in the chat box. So state change is when your body feels different. So what I mean by this is, getting up and like literally like shaking your body. If you shake your body, Valley girl, thank you. Shake your body. Shake your body. That is going to create a state change. You're going to physically feel different and you're going to mentally think differently as well too. You're gonna really, when you feel this urge, it's like a stress response. And so you got to like shake it out. You got to shake it out. Shaking, breath work. Powerful breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you even just do that for literally 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to feel like, whoa, I feel a state change. It's going to like snap you back into reality. It's going to snap you out of autopilot mode. Even creating a state change through hopping in a cold shower. If you ever like jumped in a cold pool, jumped in a cold lake, it's like you just feel so alert, you feel alive. It creates a pattern interrupt where your body feels different and you're less impulsive. That's way more effective than don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Come on, don't binge, don't binge, don't binge. You don't feel different. You literally just think about food so much more and you're still in that discomfort. You got to create a state change in your body. So these are 2 things that I really did to help me stop binge eating. These are effective tools that I teach the clients that I work with. If you're new and you're like, Lorna, where do I even start with healing my relationship with food? I have a few things going on right now. The first one is you can jump into right away your binge-free year. This is a 5-day program that you can jump into right away. And I teach you the exact strategies of how to stop eating when you're full, how to become less impulsive with food so you can have 1 or 2 cookies and simply move on with your day, how to quiet the food noise in your mind, how to stop turning to food always at the end of the night when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're bored, how to stop turning to food, how to feel amazing in your own skin without having to diet, and how to, of course, make 2025 the year you stop binge eating. So you can jump into that. It's $27. You can jump into that right away. Or if you're looking for more coaching and support with me, and you're like, where do I even start? You can jump inside the Root and Rewire membership. This is a 6 or 12-month program where I teach you my Root and Rewire process, how to actually get to the root of your binge eating and rewire your brain out of binge eating. There's trainings on how to get out of the all or nothing mentality. So again, you can go out for dinner without feeling like you messed up. You can have something sweet after lunch and just move on with your day. One of my clients, she messaged me in our group chat and she was like, I got asked to go out for lunch. And this is literally 15 minutes. This person was like, do you want to go out for lunch in 15 minutes? And this client normally would have been like 15 minutes. I needed to plan my whole morning. I needed to know way in advance, where we're going, what's the menu. And now she's been working with me for a few months And she had the confidence to say, heck yes, I'm going. And she went out for lunch. She didn't need to look up the menu. She didn't need to not eat breakfast. She only had 15 minutes. She went, she ordered exactly what she wanted. And because she ordered exactly what she wanted, she was satisfied, which allowed her to be able to stop eating when she was full. She came home. She went about the rest of her day. She ended up going to the gym later on at night because she wasn't full from lunch. She didn't get into the all or nothing mentality. She didn't feel like she's doing anything wrong. She said yes to living her life. Not, oh, I probably shouldn't because, oh my God, what are the calories? Yes, I want to go out for lunch. She enjoyed her time and simply move on with her day. So inside of the membership, especially for this month of January, we're actually focusing a lot on habits. So creating habits and routines that make you feel really good. Something that I am very proud of with the work that I do with my clients is you still get to heavily prioritize your health. This is not about throwing your health and habits out the window. This is about feeling your best as you are healing your relationship with food. I know many of you love eating healthy. You love moving your body, and you still get to do that. In fact, you actually become so much healthier when you heal your relationship with food. So not only are you going to learn all the tangible tools to stop binge eating, to stop eating when you're full, to be able to eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and stop secret eating, but you're going to, especially for the month of January, inside of our group private badass community chat, we're doing a habits challenge where you get to feel so freaking incredible in your own skin. You get to feel so good because you're taking really good care of yourself. You're going to have these habits and routines that make you feel like an incredible badass. So come join us inside of the membership. It starts at $97 per month. I've had clients that have came in the membership. We've worked together for 6 months and she was able to stop binge eating. She went from this person that would eat in secret. She called herself like this secret person that would raid the pantry behind the scenes. And then everyone saw her as like, oh, she's so healthy and she takes good care of herself. But behind the scenes, she was like eating in secret. And after we worked together, she no longer ate in secret. She was able to just spend quality time with her family, and she hasn't binged. She has not binged. Why? Because she showed up to our coaching calls. She implemented the tools. She leaned into our badass community. Literally, she was celebrating herself every single day. Every single time she would have a win, like, guys, I didn't give into a binge urge today. She would share in the chat and everyone would celebrate her. This is the power of community. She would ask her questions. She would come on. She really plugged into the group. Your framework to success and your framework to conquering binge eating is you need the proper tools. You need support from somebody who gets you. And you need a badass community that's got your back, that will celebrate you, that will cheer you on, that will remind you you can do hard things. And you're not alone in this. So come join us inside of the membership. If you have any questions about the membership, please message me. You can message me about the membership. It starts at $97 per month. The link is in my bio, or you can just message me for the link. And I'm excited to welcome you in. We're doing some incredible fun things inside of the membership for the month of January. Like I said, really, I'm not just here to help you heal your relationship with food, but you're going to be part of our habits challenge. It's going to be so fun for the month of January. All of my clients always tell me, like, I feel so good when I work with you because I'm my healthiest self. Like, I take such a good care of myself. I do my morning routine. I have my evening routine. I get in movement from a place of self-love. I'm doing my breath work. I'm doing my meditation. Like, I just feel so good. And that's what I want for you as you are healing your relationship with food and conquering binge eating. I want you to feel like a badass who feels so good and who takes such good care of yourself. So come join us inside of the membership. Any questions, feel free to message me. But this is an awesome place to start healing your relationship with food, and I can't wait to see you inside. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.